Venom, The Last Dance. So I've never seen the other Venom movies, but this one piqued my interest, and I kind of wanted to see it. And so I did. I saw Venom, The Last Dance. I watched it. Well, I own the movie, and well, I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a pretty decent movie. Not peak cinema, but decent, and even enjoyable. I think this movie is enjoyable, but it does have some things that do hold it down a little bit. But it also does have its good elements to it too. I like it, but there's those type of things to the movie. And well, I just want to go over it, the good, the bad, and just all of that. And I don't know if you really need to watch the other Venom movies to understand what's going on in this one, but I guess as like a standalone movie, yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty decent. So let's just get into it all. So, the story of The Last Dance. So, basically, from what I can get from it, Eddie and Venom are out in Mexico, and, well, Eddie is being hunted down by the police because I guess, he killed someone, so, okay, I guess. And, well, he has to go on the run with Venom, so they basically go on a road trip together, sorta. And as they go on their journey on this road trip, there are some things that will get in their way. And there's this new mysterious villain named Null, and he's trying to get himself out of like the situation he's gotten himself into. He's basically just stuck. And I'll be brutally honest, for the entire movie, he doesn't really do anything. He basically just sends these things after Venom and Eddie, and that's basically the story. I don't think it's that bad. It's just kind of a sort of simple road trip movie where basically the characters have to try to get to point A to point B. But I don't dislike it. I think the movie is at its best when you get to have Eddie and Venom go on their adventure together. But when you don't have them together, the movie is kind of a drag a little bit. Like those scenes where you just don't have the both of them, it just kind of drags on. Just I would just kind of zone out a little bit where it's just scenes would kind of feel like they would go on and on a little bit, and I would just kind of want to get back to the Eddie and Venom stuff because I find that stuff entertaining. That stuff is the best part of the movie for me. But then they gotta have a bunch of stuff in there explaining the plot and all that. Like, oh, they gotta go stop Null and all that. Oh, the end is coming, and it's just stuff that kind of just drags it on. It's not even that long of a movie. It's like an hour and a half, and that stuff just almost makes it feel like it's a longer movie when really it isn't that long of a movie. But overall, not the worst premise overall. They just go on their adventure, and that's that. And in the end of the film, well, there's a bit of emotional impact to it a little bit. And, well, my favorite stuff to come out of it is just the Eddie and Venom stuff. I like the both of them. Even without watching these movies, I've always liked the Venom and Eddie dynamic. At this point in this franchise, you can kind of tell that they're friends. And they meet various different characters on their journey, including this guy, which I definitely have some things to say about him. But yeah, not the worst like premise or plot that they can come up with. It definitely was going to be something different from what I found out, so good they went for whatever they did here, and yeah. So the movie introduces a ton of characters to it, and I gotta be honest, I don't really care for a lot of those characters. I don't want to repeat myself, but mostly I would just care about Eddie and Venom in this movie. I I think they're the standouts, and when they both basically have to split up in the end, it's kind of sad. I mean, I'm not like, bawling my eyes out or anything, but it's kind of sad to see the both of them just have to basically like distance themselves because they're being hunted down. But I guess I'll talk about like two characters from the movie because I just really don't care for the other ones. We have Null. Null is kind of interesting, or well, has the potential to be interesting, but the movie doesn't spend much time to let us know who he is. Well, you kind of get to know who Null is and what his goal is, but the movie basically doesn't have him do much. He shows up in the beginning and then the end, and basically he just sends his these things after Venom and Eddie. and that's basically it. That's the main goal that they have to do. Just go find Eddie or Eddie and Venom because they have this thing inside of them named the Kojak, or Co whatever, and it's basically something where Venom and Eddie basically got to keep a low profile because, well, this monster can basically see it through Venom when Venom is Venom. But as for that, they don't do much with Null. He is wasted, and it's unfortunate because the guy who's playing him or voicing him actually kind of puts on a good performance. I'm not even going to lie about that. And then there's this guy. I forgot his name. I like him, but I also kind of dislike him too. Like, he's not a bad character. He seems like a sort of chill dude. And he has a family, and they're trying to sort of go to Area 51 slash Las Vegas. And he kind of puts his whole family in danger just because he wants to see aliens. Like, I fully can't dislike him, but I also kind of do a little bit because of that. And then I don't give a crap for the other characters, to be honest. Just Eddie and Venom, they're the best. I love these two. They've been friends for like a year, but you do kind of get the vibe that they're friends. They sort of, they have their moments of disagreements, but they're still friends at the end of the day. So that's the characters, basically. So I don't think this movie's tone is all that bad, but there's a few things that kind of just spin together that don't really work too well. Mainly in just kind of one area, I guess, but you already get the gist, Venom and Eddie. Well, Venom has this thing inside of him, and they gotta keep a low profile and all that. But then the movie kind of disregards that. Like, at first, they treat it pretty seriously, sorta. There's a moment where they basically have to break that rule because Venom had to save his life. But then, okay, we're gonna dance, which just feels kind of dumb. It feels like it's only there. That scene where Venom, breaks it down is only there because they have to find some sort of way to move the plot forward. Like, it just feels like it's just kind of there. And then there's also just like they for some reason Venom and Eddie go on a plane, but that's honestly something that I can kind of just like disregard. I'm not even really sure how they got up there, but whatever. I'm not even gonna really complain about it too much. Just a whatever moment. And then there's like probably a few other things I can point out. The tone is fine. It takes itself like pretty seriously near the end, which is like probably the best part of the movie. It's just nonstop action with like a bunch of different Venoms fighting those creatures, these things, and that's like I'd say like the best part of it all. But yeah, that's it. So overall, Venom: The Last Dance is not a bad movie. It's decent. It definitely has a few issues to it, but some of it could be outweighed by the good of this movie. It's not all bad. There are some good things that come out of it, and without seeing the other movies, it's not the worst ending to like end off on. It's kind of sad a little bit. I'm not bawling my eyes out, but you know, good on them. Not a terrible ending to this franchise or like trilogy. So, yeah, that's it. Would I recommend it? Well, if you're just bored, well, yeah, turn it on, but if you really can't take the slow pacedness of this movie sometimes, then maybe it might not be for you. So, yeah, decent. I like it. So, I'll see you guys next time, and bye.